Okay, so let's continue down this beginner-friendly work-from-home job path. Today I have 3 jobs for beginners in the healthcare field. Great opportunities that could give you the skills for more advanced and higher-paying jobs, not just in healthcare. I'm also including an mid-entry level help desk tech support job that pays up to $34 per hour. And in case you didn't catch the video I shared this morning, check it out. I share more beginner-friendly entry-level work-from-home jobs. So let's go ahead and jump into these opportunities. I have 2 of them with Imagine 360. Their website is imagine360.com, and they seem to be on a hiring spree. They have had quite a few really good remote opportunities available. A lot of them are beginner friendly. So if the jobs I'm sharing in this video and the one I shared earlier today don't work out for you, make sure to keep this company on your radar. Check back on their website on a regular basis because, like I said, they do always seem to have remote jobs available. So this one I'm sharing is for a care access guide. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States, no location restrictions. And you'll be responsible for researching all requests that could not achieve first call resolution and require further research and outreach. You utilize internal and external technologies, negotiate with out-of-network providers, and do other required tasks to coordinate medical services for members. So that means you'll coordinate with navigation team to research provider accessibility and appointments for members. You'll contact multiple provider offices and work with their staff to ensure plan acceptance and available access to scheduling care. You'll also retrieve medical records, do some email communications, as well as miscellaneous administrative functions and tracking. Track and document applicable actions taken utilizing Imagine 360's proprietary software. And whenever I see proprietary, that tells me it's their program. No one else uses it, so I'm willing to bet they will train you in this position. And you'll also interact and build relationships with clinicians and service providers while leveraging the company's proprietary technology to streamline and simplify healthcare complexities and make it easy for members to work with us. So all they want is someone who has a high school diploma or a GED. They tell us some college education is welcome, but that's not required. They'd like you to have prior call center experience, preferably in an outbound production environment. So if you have just a little bit of call center experience, maybe you picked up a call center job and it didn't work out for you, you still gained call center experience. You have prior experience in collections, customer service, provider services, or sales calls, experience meeting weekly, monthly, and annual call count production and quality goals, and you have experience strategizing and researching best practices for outbound calls. Now they prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have exposure to medical benefits. They also prefer, but don't require you have experience with inbound and outbound calling. And then, of course, you know your typical soft skills you need for just about every job, and you're willing to routinely, reliably come to work on schedule and adjust your shift and scheduling based on the needs of the organization. You may have to occasionally work overtime. And I'm going to scroll back up to the top of the job description because they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $20 to $23 per hour. So Imagine 360 has another beginner-friendly work-from-home job. This one is for a medical management support specialist. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States. And what you're going to do is assist the medical management supervisor by supporting non-clinical tasks and or projects. So yep, that means you'll assist the medical management supervisor, managers, and clinicians with non-clinical tasks, assign cases to the appropriate clinical employee, communicate professionally with external providers and vendors to assist with case documentation, requesting clinical documents for clinical staff reviews, and following a script, you'll complete non-clinical outreach calls to clients to gather information related to program enrollment. You'll also send stop-loss letters to the stop-loss carriers, monitor specific department email inboxes, and assign cases to clinical employees and direct communications received to the appropriate employee, pull program satisfaction survey results, run and assemble internal and external reports, and maintain inventory of education and resources for the team. They also process returned mail for medical management, prepare and maintain new hire binders as needed, and help organize and attend scheduled meetings and trainings. And all they want is a high school diploma or equivalent. They tell us 0 to 1 year's experience working in an administrative support role. You're comfortable using Microsoft Office products, and you have experience navigating the internet and using database software. And that's all they're really asking for in this position. Very little, if any, administrative experience. And they tell us they prefer, but they don't require. They prefer you have prior experience working in an administrative support role, specifically supporting non-clinical healthcare operations. And again, that's just preferred. It's not required. And then, of course, you need all your typical soft skills. And going back up to the top of the job description, they tell us they'll pay you between $20 and $22 per hour. So next up, we have the company Synapticure. I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly. Their website is synapticure.com, synapticure.com. They have an opening for a patient engagement specialist. This job is full-time remote anywhere within the United States. So Synapticure is a comprehensive specialty care clinic for those living with neurodegenerative diseases. And what you're going to do in this position is locate and connect with patients who would benefit from Synapticure's care model and engage with them around their needs. You'll develop long-term relationships while being the patient's point person, being available and eager to assist with whatever they need. So that means you'll engage eligible patients through telephone, written, and digital outreach methods, leverage available data from EMR to learn more about potential patients and inform outreach processes, complete the intake and consent process for eligible patients, and transition them to a care coordinator upon full enrollment, act as the key point of contact to assist patients prior to full enrollment, work within the EMR system to collect data, organize information, track tasks, and communicate with staff, patients, and family members, and provide feedback to the product development team, and over time, become part of the super user group to assist in onboarding and supporting others. So it sounds like you have opportunities for advancement in this position. And all you need is maybe just a little bit of customer service or sales experience. They say 0 to 2 years. And like I always say, if you ever dealt with the public in any capacity, that qualifies as customer service. It doesn't matter if you were a cashier at a grocery store, you worked in fast food, you were a server, a bartender, you worked in retail, that qualifies. They want you to have a passion for working within the community you're a part of. You're interpersonal, you're metrics driven, you're comfortable with high volume outbound calls as well as creative outreach, you're an independent self-starter, and you're excited about how technology can support your work. So for this very entry-level, beginner-friendly work-from-home job, they tell us they'll pay you between $24 and $26 per hour. Now, I just saw this. They tell us necessary technology will be provided to work out of your home. However, travel to headquarters in Chicago, Illinois for occasional meetings may be expected. So our last work-from-home opportunity comes to us from the company GoGuardian. GoGuardian.com is their website, GoGuardian.com. And they help school districts create safer schools, empower teachers, and thrive students with AI-driven innovation. They have an opening for a help desk specialist level 1. It's full-time remote anywhere within the United States. I did not see any location restrictions. Now, this job is more of a mid-entry level opportunity where you'll support the company's fast-paced, Mac-centric environment. They tell us the ideal candidate will bring strong experience supporting Apple hardware, managing Mac OS devices with JAMF, and assisting technical teams including software engineers and QA staff. They tell us you must have excellent troubleshooting skills, a service-first attitude, and you're able to collaborate effectively with U.S.-based teams, especially during Pacific time business hours. Now, you do not have to live in the Pacific time zone. You must be able to attend a few meetings per week during Pacific time zone hours, but they're not saying you have to live in the Pacific time zone. I'm willing to bet those meetings will be done online. So for this job, they want you to have a couple years IT support experience, ideally in a software or SaaS company. You have strong experience supporting Mac OS, Windows OS, and using JAMF Pro and Workforce One for device management. Now, I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly, JAMF Pro or JAMF Pro, I don't know. You're familiar with Google Workspace admin tools and troubleshooting, and it's a strong plus you have experience with Druva or other cloud-based backup and restore solutions, and it's also a plus you have basic understanding of Okta or other identity management systems. You need excellent communication skills. You're comfortable working independently and cross-functionally in a remote environment. And again, you must be able to attend weekly meetings in Pacific time zone hours, and you're able to communicate in English. And as we scroll down a little bit, they tell us they'll pay you anywhere from $28 to $34 per hour. So that's all I have for you in this video. Some very beginner-friendly, very entry-level work-from-home jobs. Hopefully one of them works out for you. And if you're looking for more entry-level, little to no experience needed work-from-home jobs, you can find some in this video right here. And hang in there, guys. Your job is out there. We're on our way to finding it. Thank you so much for visiting. I truly appreciate your support, and I'll meet you on the next job lead.